fully upgraded MX-5 Cup. Hello all and welcome to OpenFed Gaming. You're listening to the OpenFed. Today we're driving a Mazda MX-5 in the MX-5 Cup. We're at the Crescent Valley, USA infield circuit track in a circuit racing event. We're doing 4 laps. We're driving during the day, but it's an awfully growly, stormy day. We started out third of 22, and we dropped 1 position to fourth. Now, these laps they're going to take a little while, 4 laps. I usually like to try and sit back in the first lap if there's 4 or 5 or even 3. You know, sit back a little, see how the track is going to go, see how much of it I remember it, and see how chaotic the cars are going to be. And if we drive at a steady pace, let's just see if we can keep this position. Now, if we stay in 4th place by the end of the first lap, with still 3 laps to go, we can pass 1 car each lap and still win the race. Now the track, if you're paying attention, goes back and forth and around in circles. Not a lot of straight sections, so if you want to pass somebody, you have to really gun it and cut them on the inside or cut them on the outside, or, you know, become a chaotic driver, the kind that I don't really care to be. But if you have a little patience and you wait until the end of the lap, when you get back down towards the grandstand, there's a long straight section there. Now, if we wait till that point to pass the first car, then after 2 laps, there's still only 2 cars in front of us. And we can do so passing 1 car per lap. And that way we can have a nice, quiet, easy drive. We stay ahead of the cars behind us, although we do have to keep an eye on them in the rear view mirror, which the OpenFed has been found not to always pay attention to. And that way we can still win the race. We don't have to drive too chaotic. We can enjoy the beauty of the race. The cars are awesome little cars to drive, but they're not great for really high speeds. We're driving in the rain, and then the road surface is wet, so it is going to affect the way you play. So this way, like I said, we can just take our time. We're in the 2nd lap now, and we've still only got 2 cars to pass. If you look in the rear view mirror, you can see that 1 little car there, and he's going to stay behind us by about 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds. And if we can do that and stay caught up with this car number 2, then we'll always keep the leaders in our sights, and we can overtake car number 2 next time we're down by the grandstand, and then we can knock it down to only 1 more car in front of us. So it's a different kind of strategy. It's not what I normally do, but I do normally like to check out the way the race is going to go in the first lap. Now, you don't always have the opportunity to do that if you've only got a couple of laps or they're really, really short. Then you have to start racing and passing cars right away. But we got lots of time. We got lots of time. The 2nd lap isn't done yet, and like I said, we've still only got the 2 cars in front of us, which are right there. And we're going to be passing that next guy right by the grandstand. That's what the plan is. So this way, we can keep the speed of the car down. We don't have to worry about spinning out or causing any ruckus, running into something, running off the track. Because when you run off the track, you lose time too. It really slows the car down, you know. So when we come around here, as you can see, it's a fair, oh no, not yet, sorry, I was a little bit early. See, I'm losing patience already. That's not a good thing. Right here, nice straight section. Now you got to watch out for this guy, because I don't know what he was trying to do, but you know, I'm glad I got him behind me. So now, in lap 3, we're going to follow this guy and drive a nice clean race. And yeah, just try and stick with him until the end of lap number 3. Now, why this race has to be done in convertibles in the rain is beyond me. Because, you know, they say that if you drive fast enough, all the rain will fly over top. But I don't think all of it flies over top. I think a lot of it gets into the cab too. So, you know, we're going to get a nice washing on the inside of my Mazda MX-5, which I guess we'll save on the cleanup later. Anyhow, we're coming up here about halfway through the third lap, I'd say. So we still got a little ways to go. And this is the beauty of it, you know, when you're driving like this and you spread out overtaking the cars when you can, because you can't always. A lot of times you have to try and get to the front of the pack as quickly as you can, because the leaders in the front of the pack sometimes run away from you, you know, so you don't want to do that. You don't want to sit back too long. But if you can systematically spread the overtakes over the amount of laps that you've got to do, it makes for a nicer race and makes for an easier win too, I think, because you don't have to get too wired or too chaotic to try and win. But there again too, you know, even if you didn't win, it's not such a big deal, because the beauty of these races are in the race, not in the final placement of where you are. Although we do like to be number one. There is no lie in that. So here, coming around the corner, got a little S-curve left to go before we get to the straight section down in front of the grandstand. That's where we're going to make our move. We're going to get in front of this guy, and we're not going to look back. We're going to have a nice steady last lap. The other reason why I like to follow the cars and spread the overtakes out over the laps that you got to race is because I find, maybe not for everybody else, but I find for me, if I'm leading, I have a hard time keeping a constant speed so that I can keep the cars behind me and keep them from catching up. I always tend to slow down a little bit if I'm leading, because I'm not paying attention to what's behind me. So for that reason alone, I like to follow somebody, because they always go a little bit faster, and then you got to try and keep up to them. So, and as long as you can keep up to the lead car, you know that you're within striking distance of winning the race. But sooner or later, you got to pass that last guy, and you got to go out in front. And then when you do go out in front, you got to keep an eye on your rear view mirror. And I see that we've got about a 4-second lead on Rick Scott, car number 2. With a 4-second lead, it's highly unlikely he's going to come back, catch up to me and pass me. It's just not going to happen. So I think we're pretty safe and secure in the number 1 spot in this race. As we're coming around the corners here, we're going to come up to that straight section pretty quick by the grandstand. I really enjoyed this race, even though it was storming and raining. It's a beautiful looking race, and I enjoyed driving this little Mazda. I hope you enjoyed it too, and if you did, leave us a like, give us a thumbs up. Well, we're almost at the end. We hope to see you back here again real soon. You've been racing with the OPFET.